What is up everyone, Movie back again with another video, and today is going to be my top 10 Xbox 360 games. Now I know this is more of a movie based channel, but I like to throw the odd video game and one in there as well because it is my biggest passion along with movies. I've got a nice big collection there and I'd be ashamed not to do the odd one. I feel I was just looking at my Xbox 360 games the other day and I thought, you know what, I'm going to do a top 10 video, why not? Because I was just having so many memories looking at them. So I pulled 10 out, and after careful examination I thought, yeah, this is the 10. So I've got a nice little stack here, so let's just get into it. We're number 10. Number 10 is going to be Need for Speed Most Wanted. Now this was one of the very early 360 games. I think it was on the PlayStation 2 as well, but this is such a good arcade racer. The general consensus on social media is that this is the best one they've made in the past, like 15 years or something. And I do tend to agree because this is just so fun. It's always great getting chased by the cops and trying to, get your way out of trouble. It's good to build up the career ladder and take up. So you do a few races and then take on the next big opponent. I think there's 15 of them all together. Great cars, just a great feeling as well to play this game. It just feels so good in your hands on the controller, and a lot of people want a remaster for this game, and I don't really blame them. They've done a couple of remasters of other Need for Speeds. I think they've done Hot Pursuit, but this is the one everyone wants, and I really hope they do it because it was just such an incredible feeling to play this. They got the handling spot on, and I absolutely loved it to death. So number 10 is Need for Speed Most Wanted. Coming in at 9th place is Halo 4. Now I know a lot of people prefer the third or Halo Reach. Fair enough, but I just had a lot more fun with this one. I didn't get the hate at the time. I thought it was a great game. Great level design and stuff. Really good feeling. Shooting your way through all these enemies. Now, the enemies, speaking of them, I really like the introduction of the Prometheans in this because you get the Covenant and the Prometheans, and it just gives you something a little bit different. Sometimes you're fighting both at once, which is really fun. But I really love the way the Prometheans just implode on themselves, because they're made of light, and when you finally kill them, they just go into this little ball of light and disappear. Thought it looked great, and I just had a really fun time with it. I even finished this on Legendary, which was a really tough task, actually. I loved it that much. I'm not really a big co-op player, but I did play this online a few times as well. I just don't get the dislike for this game whatsoever. So number 9 is Halo 4. Number 8 is going to be Deus Ex Human Revolution. Hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, by the way. This is such a good mini RPG, if you like, in first person mode. You're kind of this character, I think his name's Adam Jensen, that's it, and you can get these augments, like these limbs attached to yourself, and just upgrade your character as you go on. But I love doing these little side quests, especially at the start of the game where you're in this little city centre, if you like, and you're knocking on people's apartments trying to find information out about other people, and there was so many to do. But it just felt like a really good game to play. Great dialogue and stuff. Later on in the game, you're sneaking into these big, these big facilities and stuff. There's a bit of stealth in there involved. Great gunplay. I think you can play the whole game without actually shooting one bullet. I think that was an achievement, actually. I finished this 4 times trying to get all the different endings. Had such a good time with it. I don't know why I haven't played Deus Ex and Mankind Divided yet, because I own it on the Xbox One. I really should get around to that, but I love this game. I thought it was fantastic, and it really took me by surprise. So that is number 8, Deus Ex Human Revolution. Number 7 is going to be Gears of War. I remember there was a lot of anticipation for this game from everyone because back then we had video game magazines, and looking at the images for this, I was kind of blown away. I was like, wow, this looks like the true next generation game, because some of the ones we got early, like Call of Duty 2, Need for Speed Most Wanted, were released on PlayStation 2 and the original Xbox and stuff. This was a true next gen game, and wow, boy did you notice it. I mean, just taking control of Marcus Phoenix, this big, bulky, human character with these guns with a chainsaw on, and just shooting these aliens who've sort of took over. I forgot the name of them. I'm really sorry, but and then sort of just running up to them with this chainsaw and cutting them in half. Wow, I could play that now and it wouldn't feel old. And I played a ton of this game. Great characters as well. I mean, Marcus Phoenix has these other three, this army of four basically going through the city trying to kill all these aliens and stuff. But they have great dynamic between them, great dialogue and stuff. Like Coltrane, he was great. Baird as well. The graphics on this at the time were unbelievable. I still think this game probably looks good now. I haven't played it in a while. 5 acts in the game as well, where it takes you to 5 different locations. One of them is in this really haunting like coal mine, in this factory, or below this factory. Another one is in the city and stuff. So yeah, I mean, I just love it to death. This game is incredible, and I know there's been a few since this, but the first one is still my favourite. So yeah, number 7 is Gears of War. Number 6 is going to be Batman Arkham City. As a massive Batman fan, this was just a absolute joy from start to finish. I absolutely fell in love with this game. It has every single villain you can think of in here. A great story. Batman just having this open world in Gotham there. So good. This game is amazing. I love the hand-to-hand combat you have. It never ever got old, even at the end of the game where you're just still beating enemies up. It was just brilliant. Finding all these Riddler trophies. I think there was like 300 of them or something scattered throughout the city, and some of them you had to wait till you were upgraded so you could get them. Just like all these gadgets and stuff you can get. I love this, and the voice work in this game, especially from the Joker, was just unbelievable. I mean, this game is fantastic. I like Arkham Asylum and Arkham Knight, but for me, this is the best one. And a lot of people do have this general consensus now that this is one of the best games ever made, and I tend to agree. So Batman Arkham City is 6th. Number 5, we do have Grand Theft Auto 5. Could you believe it or not? Oh, what a game this is. This is one of those games that just took it to the next level. This looks like a next-gen game on the Xbox 360. It looked like an Xbox One game. It just was a step up in every single way. I queued up at midnight for this, and I have no regrets whatsoever. I took the next 2 days off at work. I think it came out on a Thursday. I took the Thursday, Friday off and played it all weekend as well. Introducing 3 protagonists to pick from with the click of a button was such a genius idea, and the 3 protagonists are great, especially Trevor, who's just crazy. But the graphics on this were, like I said, were just unbelievable. Exploring this city with the detail that's gone into it was a joy. It was amazing. I thought this was such a big step up from Grand Theft Auto 4. I thought 4 was kind of a disappointment. I did like it, but this was just way better. Doing all these heists and stuff, it just felt great. My only complaint was this game was way too easy. I mean, I just breezed through it. I really did. It was like made for newcomers of the gaming industry, if you like, and it just wanted you to finish the story, basically. But apart from that, it's pretty much damn perfect. I never really got into the online play. I did play it, but that is still going to this day. I think this came out in like 2013 or something, 2014. And yeah, people are still playing it on modern consoles now, so that says a lot. Please bring out Grand Theft Auto 6, Rockstar. We want it. It's time now. But in 5th place, Grand Theft Auto 5. How could this not be in the top 10? Number 4 is going to be Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Now, like I said, I'm not a massive online gamer, but when gaming online first came about, this was one of the first games to really get it right. Wow, I just played this constantly. Starting with the campaign though, the campaign is brilliant here. Playing this character, Soap McTavish. Some great missions in here. There is one that You have to sneak through Chernobyl with Captain Price, so memorable. And at the end, you have to sort of hold off all these enemies to get into the helicopter and stuff. The opening one on the boat, and they were integrated into the maps online. Now, apart from this having probably my favourite campaign of all the Call of Duty games, it is the online where this shined the most. Like I said, just shooting all these people online who you'd never met, but you're all talking to each other on the mic, was something brand new in gaming for me. If I was to do a top 5 gaming moments or top 10 gaming moments, playing this online would be in it, because it was just a new step in for gaming, and I just really couldn't get enough of it. Like I said, I was just addicted for a full year until the next one come out. It's all I played, and it just sticks in the memory of being some of the most fun I've ever had with my 360. So number 4 is Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. To me, to this day, still the best Call of Duty game. Number 3 is going to be The Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. Talk about scope. This game is gigantic. Probably the biggest game I've ever played, in all honesty. The world that we are put in here just never gets old. There is so many things to do. Just random little encounters that pop up when you're just traveling from one end of the map to the other. There's these dragons to kill in there. But what really I love about this game is, like I said, the amount of stuff you can do with all the quests. Now, at one point, I think I had like 100 quests to pick from. And one of the quests was like, go and find this book that's been lost in this dungeon. I went and got the book and come back, and it, from the start of that quest to the end, it took like 3 or 4 hours, and that was just something I didn't even have to do, but it was so fun trawling through the dungeon trying to get it for this character who's going to pay me handsomely and stuff. A great game, you know. It just, I could still be playing this to this day, I feel, and still not finished it. From when it came back out in 2013, I still feel like there'd be stuff to do, even if I tried to do everything. Great monsters and creature designs that just troll the world. An absolute masterpiece. And I'm really tempted to pick up the remastered version on the PS5, because I really want to play this again. So, number 3 is Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim. Number 2 is going to be another Rockstar game, Red Dead Redemption. Grand Theft Auto in the Wild West, wasn't it? What an incredible experience this was. It was perfect. It's a 10 out of 10 game from Rockstar. One of the greatest games I've ever played. The whole story here, where you're John Marston as this outlaw, just trying to find his way and escape this gang who are after him and stuff. Doing all these missions like you do in GTA, exploring these 3 different parts of the Wild West. The Deadeye aim that they brought into this game, where the whole time slows down, you just pick your where you want to shoot your opponent. It's got all the traits that a Western should have. You can just go into these saloons, and it's a perfect Western game. It is. The design in this world was unbelievable. Riding your horse never felt boring. I love this game to death. It's absolutely magnificent. What an incredible experience. I do like the second one, but for me, I just had a lot more fun with Red Dead Redemption, so that is number 2. Number 1 is a game that is in my top 5 video games of all time, Fallout 3. I don't even know where to start with this. This was just one of the best gaming experiences I have ever had. It's kind of like Skyrim. It's by the same company, Bethesda, and this is just a world that has been absolutely decimated. It's a post-apocalyptic world we live in, but there's robots running around and stuff. People living in these vaults, and you can go and explore these vaults, but you were one of these people as well, but now you're thrust into the wasteland and you've got to look after yourself. So many great missions to do in this game, little side quests like Skyrim has, where there's just so many to pick from. The locations in this, there was one moment in this game where I was just walking along, I came across this little village, and these people were really acting really strange. This wasn't a mission or anything, it was just this random little place that I found, and they were following me all around the village, and this is kind of weird. I went down into someone's basement, and there was like dead bodies there, and these people were in fact cannibals, and it was like this little cannibal town, and it, like I said, it weren't even part of the game. It was just this random thing that happened. I This game it's just unbelievable. It really is. It's a 10 out of 10 masterpiece. The VAT system in this as well, where it's kind of like Deadeye in Red Dead Redemption, where you can just slow down and pick where you want to shoot. It just worked for me. Everything worked about this game for me, apart from a couple of bits of lag, because I think the 360 was really trying to perform with this game in. There's no complaints. It's just, it has to be my number one because I love it to death. So number one is Fallout 3. Okay guys, I hope you all enjoyed this top 10 Xbox 360 video games. This is just my list, you know. I know there's probably a few games I've missed, but I have not played every single game on the 360, but they're the ones that I have the most memories with. Now I have done a full Xbox 360 collection video. If you want to see that, that'll be down below along with my other video gaming videos. So thank you so much for watching. What are your top 10 Xbox 360 games? Are you a fan of any of these? Let me know, and I'll reply to every single one of you, I promise. Take it all easy, guys. I'll see you all in the next video.